I trust this will suffice.
God smiles upon the generous.
Oh, away with you! Back to your cesspit, beggar! A land grotesque as its people. You dreamt of utopia. You saw the tribes united as one.
Oh.
That dream died long ago. You should have done the same. Your kingdom will perish alongside you. By my hand.
I cannot fathom it. His Majesty killed in his own bed.
The blooms upon the prince's grave had yet to wilt. Without an heir to wear the crown, what will become of the royal magic?
Thus vulnerable, an invasion might undo us.
From within or without, the state hangs on a precipice. It may even come to civil war.
In dark times, we must stand together.
Your Eminence.
Who could do this? Few could even enter the king's chambers, let alone draw close. And yet,
His Majesty's arcane power could deflect near any blade. With all the royal bloodline's magic, who could harm him at all?
shadows stir in the castle just as they did with the prince. What hellbound soul could end a royal life? Who would dare such atrocity? Huh?
Luis.
A shame to die with no heirs. The prince was taken too soon. And only a king may wield the royal scepter, the very crux of his vaunted bloodline's magic, which made such a fine deterrent to war. One has to ask, them dead, who shall take the throne?
Oops. Jag bara väntar på att få någon titel eller någonting. Det här är nog en titel. Perfekt. Vänta lite. Hallå, tror jag. Och välkomna tillbaka. Välkomna till det här spelet som jag tänkte spela idag. Jag har pratat lite om det här spelet när jag spelade Factorio förut. Det här är väl ett spel som har kommit ut ganska nyligen som jag blev ganska intresserad utav för att... Alltså främst för att musiken var så himla episk i trailern. Så jag blev så här, okej, jag måste testa det här spelet. Så jag köpte det nyss, eller för några timmar sedan kanske. Och tänkte att jag ska testa spela nu. Så att vi tar och väljer new game och ser vad som händer. Jag har ingen aning om vad jag kan förvänta mig. Jag har fått väldigt bra reviews och jag tror det kommer vara ett väldigt bra spel. Vi får se. Vem vet?
Who's there? I can feel you watching me from a place beyond my sight.
The scheming man. Jaha, är det här som i Persona?
Whoever you are, please tell me. Does our world
Det här är från samma personer som har gjort Persona, så jag tror att det kan vara många likheter här.
But would you tell me your name? That is to say, tell me who you really are. One who meets my eyes across a strange threshold.
Who are you? Who shall guide the protagonist? Jaha, det är lite skumt. Jag spelar med en kontroller just nu, men de vill att jag ska skriva med tangentbord, antar jag. Det är lite skumt för att... Tänk om jag hade legat i soffan liksom och spelat det på min TV. Det känns lite halvskumt, men okej. Confirm. Oj, nu råkar jag ta en skärmbild. Jag har ingen aning om vilken knapp det här är. Options. Confirm. Your name is indeed Jägeres. You will name the protagonist later. Ja.
A most unusual name. One I've never heard in our world. Which suggests to me you might reside in a world beyond ours. It is a curious thing that in your eyes, my entire world is but the dawn of a story yet untold.
Jag tror man kan ha så att den här texten går
This is a fantasy.
automatiskt. Jag vet inte om jag vill ha det.
But can it truly be dismissed as something so far removed from you? If indeed you wish to cross to our world for a time, I would first ask that you indulge one question. Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation?
Is fantasy limited to the confines of imagination? Would you call it a powerless creation? Alltså på sätt och vis, ja. Någon måste ju skapa det och då blir det ju limited på så sätt. Jag vet inte vad det här har för betydelse. Is fantasy limited? Alltså på ett sätt så skulle jag nog säga ja.
A passing daydream. An idle creation.
Jag vet inte vad det där har för betydelse, men... Oj.
That must be how you see it. I confess my own answer still eludes me.
Vänta här, jag kan ju ha auto på
But
där.
consider, if fantasy is born from hope, a desire to make the world better than it is, then that hope can be made manifest. Thus does change come, and thus is fantasy forged into a new reality. Perhaps the story about to unfold before you will tell us. I'm thoroughly invested now myself, so let this tale begin.
Oh, select difficulty. Standard difficulty for players who want intense battles. A high risk, high reward mode for only battle hardened players. Jag har ingen aning om vad Regicide kommer göra, så jag tror vi tar hard. Hard it is. Yes. Jag vet inte om jag vågar ta Regicide när jag aldrig har spelat spelet förut. Jag vet egentligen ingenting om det här spelet. Visste inte ens att det fanns innan det kom ut för någon vecka sedan. Hon såg trött ut.
The capital's just through this desert.
Jag vet inte om det kommer vara
The king is dead.
mörk värld
The
eller...
guards are more concerned with the funeral than keeping the roads safe. So now the monsters are roaming in broad daylight. No soldiers to stop them.
Monsters, huh? I've certainly been hearing the stories.
To say nothing of the vacant throne. There's a storm coming. Mark my words. That much is certain.
What's the problem?
They're bandits!
Come on, let's see some respect for the militia.
Nu får alla ser jättetrötta ut.
No crown or church will save us.
But Lord Luis will save us one and all. All we ask is a little tribute.
You're with us or against us? And if you're against us...
An igniter? Ugh. How'd they get one of those?
Come on, hey, keep it moving up. Next one. Huh? Look at you. What have we got here? He's an elder. So he is. No horns, no knifes. Filthy gremlin like you. What you got in the capital? Oh, what's this? Looks like you've been holding out on us, boy. Hold it! Should have listened to us, chum. Now fall in line! Let's want to get stuck like us.
You drew steel. I take it you are prepared to die by it.
Stand aside!
Oj.
Ugh, this place already feels like a death trap. You hear all that stuff about Lord Luis saving us? Hey, you okay? You still got all your limbs attached? Well, at least they didn't figure out our mission. Definitely could have gone worse.
What mission?
What mission?
Come on! This is no time for jokes. You do know that if anyone finds out who we really are, it's all over, right? The mission's more important than either of our lives. If we screw this up, there's no going back.
Tradia Desert.
Think we'll make it?
Aha. You don't look hurt though, so that's good news. Men jag vill inte att de ska outa om de inte tänker läsa. You don't look hurt though, so that's good news. You can move, right? I'm thinking we should find a place where we can see the whole area. Use the movement keys to move. Hold R2 while moving to dash. Press cirkel to dodge enemy attacks. Some actions you can perform and their corresponding controls are displayed at the bottom of the screen. You can also use the minimap to see which way to go. You can view tutorials you've seen before in the main menu.
Let's go.
Jag vet inte vilken knapp som är main menu. Jag vill liksom tänka mig att det är den knappen, men det där är ju tydligen en screenshot. Då tar jag en screenshot. Är det den knappen? Ja, det är det. Okej. Memorandum. Gallica, a fairy who accompanies traveling boy on its journey, doubling as his chaperone for his special mission. Her diminutive size excludes her from participating physically in battles, but her special fairy traits allow her more proficiency than traveling boy when it comes to sensing magla and knowing magic. Though she can become heated when her personal values are tested, she is a reassuring travel companion. A monotheistic religion devoted to the worship of the one God, the Almighty. Religion of majority across the United Kingdoms. Its sanctors preach that uttering the prayer closure with one's whole heart will reach God, bringing salvation. It's the state religion, and the sanctist's hierarchy is deeply intertwined with the kingdom's politics. Currently, the crown theocracy is at the heart of the kingdom's political affairs. Okay, magic igniters. A tool that acts as a conduit for magic power, without which people cannot perform magic. To own or use them, one must obtain a permit from the kingdom by passing a test. With some exceptions, such as those serving in the state army, igniters can be costly depending on power and specifications, and purchasing them is akin to buying land or housing. Often called runners, as shorthand. A general term for magic-powered semi-automated vehicles designed for traversing the wastelands and either overcoming or circumventing local wildlife threats and magical phenomena. Traveling the wilds on foot or even in a lightly armed carriage has historically been incredibly dangerous, making any long-distance trips a life-threatening risk. Okay. The story thus far. Death of a king. In a corner of a world occupied by 8 tribes, the kingdom of Euchronia rests on precipice. Its kings and their both lie dead, with no clear line to the throne. The people fear a power struggle. Amidst the unease, a boy of the lesser seen, oft maligned Elda tribe makes his way to his kingdom capital. Accompanied by the fairy Gallica, his duty is to deliver a secret message. Okay. Use an item. Medicine. 100 HP, 10 HP. Fantasy novel, a novel depicting a fantasy world. The cover is fabled and the author is unknown. Blossom garment, där är nog bara kläder. Legacy sword, fairy saber. Så hon har ändå vapen även fast hon... Jag tyckte det stod att hon inte kunde slåss, men okej. Så vi befinner oss i något så här... Det ser ut som att de har nästan lagt ett så här Borderlands-filter på det här. Wow. Wait, I'm sensing something close. Don't move. Okay.
Watch out!
Yeah, those look especially dangerous, so watch out. I don't think they've noticed us yet, though. Phase sight. Press left 2 to use phase sight. This ability lets you see what Gallica senses in the environment. When you see an enemy you've never confronted before, it will show up as unknown. Prepare as best as you can.
Okay.
Okej. Jag kan bara säga att jag är level 1.
Stay vigilant. These ones aren't
Det enda jag vet om det här spelet är att jag läste någonstans. Okej, kan jag hoppa? Stod det inte att jag skulle kunna dasha på... Ja, där ja. Det stod typ att det var samma job system som Final Fantasy 12 typ. På något sätt. Det låter lite intressant. Items. Det är bara en hotkey dit. Memorandum. Menu. Map. Okej. Jag vet inte om... Vart? Jag vet inte om det är meningen att jag ska slåss mot de här, jag antar det. Eller? Jag slåss jag så här. Wow. Wow. Okej, jag kanske inte ska slåss mot dem där. Jag vet inte. Det känns som att det inte är meningen. Här borta däremot. De här kanske är lättare. You know. Jag tror inte jag ska slåss mot någonting. Okej. Okej. Jag tror bara jag ska typ springa igenom allt där. Aj. Fantasy is dead. Okay.
So, fantasy is only fiction, is it?
Kanske. Vem vet? Okej, vi tar bara och springer igenom allt det här då. Jag antar att vi kan röra oss mot den här punkten här borta. Jag undrar hur världen kommer vara här. Om det kommer vara liksom så här green lush hills eller om det bara kommer vara barren wastelands. Han har olika färger på sina ögon. Intressant. Interesting.
Just checking, but you do remember what we're here to do, right?
Refresh my memory.
Right. What am I doing again?
Jag vet ju nu att det är för sig att jag ska lämna något hemligt dokument.
and get you enlisted as a guardsman at the Army's recruitment center. This could decide the fate of the whole country. We either do our jobs, or we die. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather stay alive. So we've got to see this mission through. Come on. We don't want the sun to go down on us in the wastes. Let's pull ourselves together and get back on the road. You know what they say. Anxiety breeds the world's cruelest monsters. I mean, fairies say that at least. I can at least cast my usual spell for you. It's the small comforts, right?
Ja, prosit för mig.
Right.
It's as though music is playing directly in my mind. The effect of Gallica's magic is inspiring.
Music was the first magic this world ever knew after all. Makes the road a little easier.
Okej. Så jag vill låsta upp musik. Så jag gillar att man kan öppna den här mitt i. Förmodligen liksom så, jag hänger inte med, nu vill jag veta. An unusual variety of magic that causes the listener to become aware of their state of mind through the form of sound and music. As it is a modest form of magic with seemingly no utility on the battlefield, it is considered a meaningless, trifling skill in society and is thus rarely used. Och då så våran karaktär kan höra all musik i spelet, antar jag. Collection 2% står det där. A general term for the technique that consumes power to cause phenomena that bend the laws of nature. It has a wide range of applications, from modest use in daily life to destructive power in war. However, as magic igniters, which require a state permit for ownership and use, are required for people to be able to use magic. Many cannot wield magic.
Over there.
That's a road, right? What a relief. Grand Trad is already in sight.
Let's go.
Almost there. Let's keep moving and try to stay out of sight. Men jag tyckte det fanns något så här... vi ska kolla här bara. Jag tyckte att det fanns något... Så jag gillar den här musiken. Jag ska sänka den lite dock. Jag vet inte. Jag tyckte att det fanns något... Om man går in här... Auto Advanced Dialogue with Voice. Den kan vara på on. För då tror jag att den bara kommer gå vidare när det är faktiskt att de har en voice actor på det där.
It's all clear.
Så det här är ganska häftigt. Jag kan inte slåss mot de här, men jag är lite nyfiken på vad de där blåa fläckarna... Oh. Okej. Jag är lite nyfiken på vad de där blåa fläckarna är för något. Kan jag springa igenom där? Nu jag kan ta de här. Item. Medicinal herb. Ja, säkert. Okej. Så fram emot att komma tillbaka hit om 30 timmar och kunna döda de här. 20-30 timmar. Oh. Uh-oh. This is bad. Jag ska stoppa auto sen också. Vi verkligen kastade direkt i...
Land of 8 tribes and 3 nations, all blessed by the power of magic. The United Kingdom of Ukrainia. The year is 785.
Okay.
Ukrainia is shaken to the core by the sudden death of its king. Anxiety breeds dissent among the tribes. Disparities tear them apart, and no mortal mind remembers the heroic tales upon which their land was built.
Varför har vi så konstiga kläder på oss jämfört med alla andra? Våra kläder sticker ut jättemycket. Det är som att vi har blivit liksom isekai'd till den här världen. Oh great seeker, bearer of fantasy empowered. Det känns som att det spelar väldigt meta. Hear my wish and come forth from thy epoch. Jag menar, spelet heter ju metafor. Det känns som att det kanske gör det av en anledning, vem vet?
Wow, just look.
Wow.
Okej. Vart tog min katt vägen? Han låg och sov här nyss, nu är han borta. Vet inte vad som hände.
Get on with it then! Drop the dog! Hang him dead! Please! I've done nothing wrong! Lying dog! Don't try to deny it! You trample the law for the fun of it!
Let it be known, for misuse of an igniter, you will hang by the neck until dead!
Yeah!
There's no way that crowd was going to listen to anything a Paribus said.
Such a shame. Might you spare some coin? Bless you. Oh,
Careful!
hurry.
Don't you have any street smarts? Come on, kid! Look, we're not tourists here. We gotta stay focused.
Tror ni är turister eller ja,
You noticed back on the
kanske
wagon?
inte.
You might be the only elder here, in the whole city even.
Är det därför vi har så konstiga kläder på oss?
Capital's incredible. Just look at all the different tribes. You never see this kind of diversity out in the countryside.
Okej, kommer en auto-advance nu? Jag tror inte den gör det.
Not that it's very balanced. I see more Clamars and Roussants than anyone else. Which means a dopey elder kid's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Try to keep your head down, okay?
Ja, eller byt kläder.
Hey, did you hear what they're saying about His Majesty? They say it wasn't illness at all. I heard it was foul play, assassination.
Där är min katt. Hej. Hej.
Shh, careful who hears you say that.
But it's just like the prince, isn't it? They say he was attacked in the dead of night. A war of succession is coming, I tell you.
Ska bara kolla så att det här blir perfekt. Perfekt. Jag har lagt mig ner nu. Ska ligga ner och spela röstspel istället.
They're sending the guard out to deal with them. The army's really gone to hell. It's a far cry from when we had Count Luis at the helm.
Jag äter dem för något.
Hard to see how the nation can come back from this.
We'd not have to ask if the prince was still alive.
The king dead, his son stricken. Are there none left to bear the weight of the crown?
Är det här bara en flashback typ?
We've done all in our power, but not even the kingdom's best. The saint could purify this affliction.
Over 10 years he has languished under this curse. How much longer can his body hold out? No doubt his highness would protest. But since he cannot, we have no choice. For the man who cursed his highness and murdered our king, there can be no mercy. I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
Hey, are you listening? Well, I guess I can't blame you for feeling nostalgic. You and the prince were pretty close. Anyway, getting to the capital was only the beginning. Now comes the real high-stakes part. You gotta go get enlisted so you can meet up with our operative. Remember, nobody here knows who we are. Nobody here knows the prince might still have a claim to the throne. That means if we get busted, that's it. Nobody's gonna save us. Step 1. Let's figure out where the recruitment center is. Shouldn't be too hard, considering the need for soldiers.
Okay.
So,
Do you know where we're going? Feel free to admit that you're lost and ask me for advice. Press right 1 to open the local map. If you're unsure of what to do, try pressing triangle button. Gallical always has a good ideas, or so she thinks. Press bloom in safe areas like towns to save your progress.
Whatever will I do?
What's going to happen now that His Majesty has passed? Create save data. Afternoon. Okej. Jag tror det kommer vara mer likt
All right then.
Persona än vad man...
Whatever will I do?
än vad jag kanske först trodde. Whatever will I do? Vem är det som säger det? Är det du?
Come off it.
Ah, it's an Elda. Why is one of your kind here in Grand Trad? What's wrong with me being here? Isn't it obvious? The church has made it clear. The Elda wield devilish magic that defies the teachings of sanctism. Devilish magic, she says. If you were so magical, I doubt you have it so hard in life. She's aggravating, but let's not cause a scene. Whatever will I do? Jag tror de kanske är här borta. Eller är det bara hej hej pist pist överallt? Vart man än går så tror jag det är så. Nej, det är någon här i närheten som behöver hjälp. En fågel. May I ask you to step away from the accumulator? That goes double for one of your tribe. Looks like you don't know anything. How pathetic. If you have no business here, then be gone. You're getting in the way of my work. Vad är det här, the accumulator? Is this a magic igniter as well? Wonder how it's used. Okay. Jag tror bara jag ska springa till mitt mål så fort som möjligt kanske. Men här har vi någon slags... Jaha. Det är därför jag springer så mycket. Man trycker bara på... Man behöver inte hålla in den knappen. Man trycker en gång bara. Det är därför det var lite svårt att springa tidigare. Okej, men jag vill inte springa här. Now Filono Tavern. Seriously, a tavern? Let's not put food before the mission. We can always come back later. Okay.
All right then.
Jag kan inte trycka på triangle button här. Men jag gör det härifrån. We don't have time for detours right now. If you're lost, check your map. Just go straight down the main street and you should find the recruitment center. Okej. Jag tror inte jag ska lyssna på dem där. På alla människor som pratar. Jag tror bara jag ska fortsätta rätt fram.
Look at that. The new model's out now. I could be out there slinging spells like a master if I had one of those.
I guess that's the big city for you. Everyone and their mother has a magic igniter. So many different types, too.
Now I want one. Not interested. Yes, I want one.
Now I want one for myself.
Yeah, until you see the price tag. Can't imagine what it's like having to wave around some shiny stick to use magic. Me? I can whip out magic anytime I like. And I can even see the magla in the air. Though, I'm not exactly an archmage.
Wonders never cease. A fairy and an elden child. Are you new to our fair city? Well, I suggest you keep a low profile. Trust me when I say you don't want to catch the eyes of the lords and ladies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I run this humble shop. Are you in the market for an igniter? Here's something that might catch a foreigner's eye. This is modeled after the royal scepter and would make the perfect souvenir.
How much?
How much is it?
You're not really going to fall for that, are you? How would you even know what the royal scepter looks like to begin with? You've really never heard of it. Wow. Where do I even start?
Alltså har vi någon slags
A symbol and instrument of the crown's sovereignty, passed down through generations. If you believe the legends, it houses incredible magic, world-shattering power. More practically, you might call it the world's most potent magic igniter. And in the king's hands, it was enough of a deterrent to stave off invasion.
Now he's dead. With no living heir either.
Tragic, isn't it? Kingly magic is of little use without a king. You picked a bad time to visit, boy. I don't know why you're here, but there's trouble brewing.
I won't be staying long.
Oh, I don't think I'll be here long.
A word of caution then. Your survival is your own responsibility.
Well, that was unnecessarily ominous. She has a point, though. We'll need to be careful. Anyway, we don't have time to hang around chatting with the locals. We've got a recruitment office to find.
Om hon ens var en local.
Let's head there.
Royal Scepter. An ornate cane-like scepter passed down through generations of the Ukrainian royal family. Proof of the right to rule. A magical instrument enough to induce natural disasters. It can only be wielded by the king, and by popularly termed royal magic it commands serves both as a pillar of king's authority and to turn to war. Det finns en next page här. Fanns det på de andra? Consequently, any king of Ukrainia must be well versed in magic, and the boon of royal lineage is not enough to ensure succession to the throne. Historically, there has been many cases where an offshoot member of a prince's family has become king, when the bloodline's most direct inheritor was judged not to have enough magical aptitude to truly wield the royal scepter. Magla. Ja, nu har jag fått jättemycket ner. Jag kommer inte läsa alla de där, inte just nu i alla fall. Jag vill vidare här. Det kommer nog bli lite kortare det här avsnitt också, för jag måste kolla ljudet och liknande. I was hoping that we'd blend in with the crowd and no one would notice that you're an Elda, but the people here have sharper eyes than I thought. We don't want to draw attention, but hiding your tribe is only going to make it worse. People may insult you, but do your best to stand tall.
Right.
Easier said than done, I'm sure, but it's for the sake of the mission. And on that note, the recruitment center we're looking for should be just ahead.
All right then.
Okay.
What are you playing at?
Jag ska ta cykeln till affären sen också, tänker jag.
Dear me.
Jag är lite bakom flötet idag. Jag är lite bakis idag.
That must be the recruitment center.
De är lite menar ganska mycket.
I'll let you take it from here. It should be pretty straightforward. Oh, and if they start asking questions, just be as honest as you can. Lying will only make us more suspicious. So long as you don't compromise the mission, you're fine. Good luck in there. Knock 'em dead. Okay, you got this.
A blue blood, are you? The army's no place for velvet-swaddled lordlings. Why are you here? Perhaps your noble family collapsed under its own weight. Is that it?
Lineage seems a strange measure for a soldier's word. I'm looking to enlist. Is that enough for you or not?
An uppity one, aren't you? Fine, lordling. Welcome to the Guard, where it'll be your privilege to die screaming and bloody in service of your country. But mark my words, war will turn your arrogance to piss. When your corpse is plucked from the mud, do try to look patriotic.
Rousing words, Captain. You think threats will buy loyalty? No wonder nobody respects the Guard anymore. But I'm here now, so perhaps the kingdom isn't a lost cause.
Insolent pup! You will learn your place.
Don't. The healers have enough on their plates already.
Be gone, and be thankful you're still in one piece. All right, next. Hurry it up. An elder. I thought your kind was long gone. Age 18. An orphan, too. The army can always use more of those. So, what brings you to enlist?
I need the money. I want to fight for change. I want to fight for change, antar jag.
I want to fight for real change.
Lofty words for a gutter rat with an empty coin purse, no? So, what can you bring to our beloved corps? Any skills to speak of?
I'm stronger than I look. I got a sharp mind. I can take a lot of punishment. I'm small but quick. I've always been lucky. Jag vill typ ta I've always been lucky.
I've always been pretty lucky.
Jag får se vad de säger.
I asked for your skills, boy.
Lucky's a skill.
Last order of business. Make your mark or sign your name if you're actually literate.
Okay. Please enter the name of this story's protagonist. Vänta, va? Aha. Så det finns inte ens något default namn, utan jag ska komma på det själv. Men man kan ha samma namn. Det känns ju lite halvdumt att ha det. Jag visste inte att det skulle bli så här. Men jag tror vi tar det där namnet ändå. Confirm. So the name of the protagonist is Jägres, ja. Intressant.
You know your letters, do you? We'll get some use out of you yet. All right, lad. Welcome to the Guard.
Yes!
I'm sure you heard about the monster sightings, so stay sharp out there. We're short-handed as it is, so be a good lad and try not to get killed on your first deployment. You can pick up your kit at reception. Standard issue guardsman armor and igniter. Kingdom property. So if you break it, it's coming out of your commission. On your way now. Up to. Next!
Mm-hmm. What a long line. Guess we got no choice but to wait it out. Wait our turn. Why I gotta be in the same line as a platypus?
Whatever.
You're so young. Are you enlisting too? Well, not much choice if you don't have money or a job. Reeve makes the world go round, as it were. You want a magic igniter? Join the queue. Cutting's only gonna get you chewed out.
Whoa.
You enlisting as well? The line starts behind me. If so, or was there something you needed? No, nothing. I'm sure you're wondering the same thing they were. If there's steak on the table at home, what earthly force could drag me to enlist in the Royal Army? Well, let's just say I have my own circumstances. I'm volunteering to fight in order to protect the kingdom, foolish or not. Join the queue, ja. Absolut. Det är rätt står många grader det också, 23 grader.
I heard they get sightings.
What? Of those huge monsters? You think that's why we're low on soldiers? Wish they'd have told us that. What did they call them?
Varför låter han som Ronny från Harry Potter?
Human...
Next! Another Clamar.
Jag tycker det lät som honom.
Wait. No. You don't look like the others. Surely not. An elder? It's the first of your kind I've seen.
Move it. There's a priority around here. We're arming squires and children with igniters now. Wasted good gear. It's better off in my hands. Give it here.
Brute force. Crude insults. The world is yours for the taking.
Care to say that again, boy?
We all have our reasons to enlist. Now get back in line.
Oh, another high and mighty Clamar, is it? You think your pretty words will measure up to pure Rousseau strength?
Oh, forget the tribes. This is a matter of pride. Now, you owe us both an apology.
Come on, no fighting in the ranks.
Sorry for making a scene. You all right?
Thanks.
Thanks. You didn't have to do that.
Just felt like stepping in. Don't worry about it. Well, see you around. Try not to die out there.
Don't make my
Han kommer ju
job
joina
any
oss sen. Men...
harder, please. Here, your igniter.
Cinder Igniter.
These days, most come with their own magna crystals. So with practice, anyone can use magic. To an extent, anyway. It's not the sort of thing you can master in a day. For now, newbies like you best focus on surviving.
The thing around his neck is apparently a magic igniter. The captain I spoke with earlier had one too. They must take on many different forms, like I saw on the main street.
And take this too. Protect it with your life.
Royal Capital Vicinity Map.
Wow, that's a real map. It's dangerous to even chart the wilds, but this is full of details. Only the military could pull this together.
Listen up, striplings. My name is Captain Klinger. And as of this moment, you miserable lot are under my command. I'm sure you've all heard about our forces being tied up with the funeral proceedings for His Majesty. But if you think you're on cushy security detail, think again. First, you will be deployed to a fortress at the northern border, where you will be trained into true guards. Our veterans there will teach you the one thing you need to master if you're to survive. Pain.
Perfect. That's exactly where our contacts hold up.
Enjoy tonight's sleep, because it's the last full night's rest you'll get. Dismissed!
Look at all the other recruits. They really are desperate for new blood. Oh, right. I know you don't know what our contact looks like yet, but he'll know you by your sword. He'll also know right away why we've come. And don't worry, I'll recognize him. Well, the charming captain is probably right. We should get some rest before tomorrow. Hey. You awake?
Nope, I'm asleep. Morning already.
Is it morning already?
Does it look like morning?
Jag vet inte varför stör du mig.
Have a lot on my mind. Can't seem to fall asleep. I'd heard about what it was like in the capital, but still. When you hear and see all this prejudice out in the open, it's a lot. You okay?
It never gets easier. That's just how it is.
That's just how it is.
Well, I don't think that should be how it is. Some people are even saying it's the lesser tribe's fault that the monsters are showing up at all. These are the same kind of people who burned down your village, remember?
That was a long time ago. I'd rather not think about it.
I'd rather not think about it.
Oh.
Jag gillar att han har tagit av sig skorna men inte kläderna.
I'll drop it. The prince
Bara
was kind to
skorna.
take you in. He cared more about who you were than what you were. I can see why you'd want to repay him. Oh, speaking of, he's the one who gave you that book, right? Can I see it?
Sure.
Sure, I guess.
I gotta say, I've been curious. Thanks. It's what you call a fantasy story, right? So it's a fantasy world made up by the author. The prince loved those kinds of stories.
Så det är en fantasy world, det är typ våran värld alltså.
It says the young traveler was amazed by the world he saw. In this world, there is only one tribe. All people accept each other, and no soul is born into discrimination. Wow. So not even any fairies? I guess less differences means less to argue over. In such a world, there is no need for sorcery. A megapolis is built through learning and labor. Towers of glass that reach the heavens. Safe nights with no dark shadows. Busy streets well traveled. And in the laws of these emotionally satisfied people, it reads, all lives are equal. Wow. You see, no magic, no tribal conflict. And equality for all? It really does sound like a fantasy. But it's strange to feel envious of a fictional world. Hey, are you asleep already? You know how hard it is for me to turn these pages on my own? Well, guess I'll just read more later. Good night.
Late night. Record events thus far. Ja. Perfekt. Frågan är om vi inte ska ta och avsluta här för att jag ska ändå cykla till affären och köpa någonting att dricka. Och något att äta så jag kan fortsätta spela det här. Så vi tar och avslutar det här. Jag har inte jättemånga intryck av det här spelet hittills. Det verkar väl intressant. Vi får nog se mer i nästa avsnitt. Jag tror vi kommer hamna på typ vårt första assignment då eller någonting. Och då kommer vi säkert få veta hur själva gameplay-elementen är. Men tills dess så får ni ha det bra så hörs vi i nästa avsnitt helt enkelt. Så tack så mycket för att ni tittade på det här avsnittet utav Metafor ReFantazio. Jag vet inte vad spelet heter ens en gång. Men tack ändå. Hej då.